Hey guys, so I've just logged in here into the Option Buddy platform, and Option Buddy is finally here. Once you log in, you'll be able to see my assets, portfolio analysis, strategies, alerts. Now, these four sections are still, I'd say, still in base. The main thing here, and what I'm trying to show you here today, is Bud. Bud, our agent, you can activate Bud through here or through here. So once you come into the Bud system, and this is the most important part right here, and what you're going to notice is that we've built an intelligent system. This is basically the first quant AI researcher in the entire market. And I'm not even exaggerating when I say that this is the first AI quant researcher in the world, at least accessible to retail investors. Even for here on our end, we're working towards going retail first so that we can continuously keep refining and checking how guardrails and different types of different states in which the agent actually performs. So that's why we're currently running this beta. Then we launch to retail, and then we go ahead and start having those institutional conversations so that we can go ahead and target our real market, which is the institutions. But let me just show you exactly how it works here. Now, I set up this onboarding before sending. You can see here, this is a panel. I already have some memory in there. These are skills. The skills are already internally embedded. It has all quant finance skills. As you see, we're still working on getting custom live data and more. For now, just go crazy. You can open a fresh session by coming right here back to create a new session. But it works well creating new sessions, and then switching from YOLO mode during beta. Yep. So right now, default where it asks for your approval to run anything is still having a few issues in our back end. So right now, YOLO, which basically means no approval, just basically go ahead, reason it out, see exactly what needs to be done, and get it done. That's what YOLO means. Like, you live only once. And yeah, welcome to Bud, the first AI quant researcher accessible to retail investors. Perfect. So I'm going to start off the session here by create a session, and this is going to be something quite easy. I'm going to get from very easy, such as what was the closing as for SPY, media, and the field today. I understand the market is in fear as there is a lot of geopolitical tension. Okay, so what you see here is Buddy's actually reasoning. Now, this is not the way a wrapper functions. And just to make sure that I have the full on workspace, I'll widen that up. Okay, so it's reasoning. Okay, perfect. So let's see here. Ticker, closing price. Now, what I'm going to do here is going to go ahead and verify. Okay, SPY. This. If we come over. So this is pre-market trading. Prior closing price 678.27. Perfect. 678.27. Nvidia. Okay, 180 to buy some call or put options, as I cannot afford the price of the underline. My idea is to buy puts on PLTR, as it's been rallying for the past few days. As the war in Iran, when situation gets stable, I see PLTR, which aids the US government in the US Army in intelligence, coming down sharply at least to the 145 level. Please tell me what you think about my thesis, and show me what the options chain is saying. Pull specific data and break it down for me as easy as possible. I'm not too technical. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so do you see the reasoning capability? I really love the way it reasons itself out. It's examining the hypothesis and going ahead to map out the relationship between Palantir's connection to defense intelligence and this recent rally. Okay, it's examining the price. It's looking here, considering the request to buy puts targeting 145. I'm focusing on the put side. Initial assessment suggested 155. And what you should realize here is that currently we're using very intelligent back-end engineering processes to map and get market data. But once we plug into strong market data feeds like Opera, DXFeed market data option, Buddy Bud, the AI can go as crazy, as wild, as imaginative as you possibly can. I'm talking backtests, gamma flip, level creation, forward-looking, models, things like that. Okay, let's see here. Perfect. Your thesis: buying puts on PL ideas to bet the PL share drop to 145 as a geopolitical situation. Okay, stabilizes the war premium. You're correct. The PL share is a major partner. Okay, when war fears rise. Okay, sell the news risk often. Stocks rally into conflict and then sell off. Okay, the counter argument: PL share is currently in massive AI hype cycle. Even if the war situation stabilizes, since you mentioned you cannot afford the underlying stock, options are a way to get leverage. However, because the market is in fear mode, okay, see the VIX is elevated. Options are currently very expensive. Here's what the data says for March. Okay, so it pulled the data, the chain. Okay, strike price 410, 300, 175, PLTR. Again, we can re-verify this, and also because of our strong engine, we should be able to calculate such prices using the Black-Scholes Martin module. PLTR must drop below this by Friday to break even. Okay, key concepts for you: IV crash. This is your biggest risk. You're betting on stability when the market gets stable. Okay, Bud summary: your thesis that PC equals lower PLTR is logically sound for a defense linked stock. However, buying puts when the VIX is 35 is like buying insurance while the house is already on fire. It's the most expensive time to do it. If you proceed, consider slightly further exploration. Give your thesis more time to play out, as stabilization rarely happens overnight. Okay, I see you. Now, okay, Bud, thank you for that. But I feel like this is information I could get from Perplexity. Actually, I'm not sure if Perplexity cannot pull an option chain, but we'll just run it here. So okay, now go ahead and run a back test for me for the past 24 months. Now it's going to have to use a shell command here, which is basically programming this back test. 24 months, and show me how a long put strategy, where you just basically buy a put, long put strategy on PLTR would play out. If I was buying 30 days to expiry puts every 30 days. Every 30 days, about $10 out of the money. Please run a comprehensive back test. Okay, I'm building a back test for the long term. Let's see. I need price data for PLTR from March 2024 to March 2026. My strategy involves buying puts every 30 days, approximately $10 out of the money. I hit a snag. The initial search only yielded a limited recent data set. Okay, you see, this right here is exactly something that we're facing right now with the agent, because we have limited data feeds. Limited data is quite expensive in the market. We're in talks with DXFeed, and they're costing about $1,000 on a monthly basis. Again, a very small price to pay for the capacity that Bud can actually handle and the way it's been architectured. So this is something that we're looking into very deeply, because the usability of Bud goes way beyond just simple decision support, going right into your positions, where you can actually come right here. You go over to your positions once you have your assets and use that as context. Once you tap an asset, it just pre-populates here so that you can ask and see, should I roll over? Should I go do this? Should I leg in? Like, just basically decision support throughout the ecosystem of your trading. And this is very important both for the novice and also for the quant, for that more technical person running a huge book, a huge portfolio, 6 figures, $1 million, because this ecosystem basically gives an intelligent system to have the best decisions, know exactly what's going on in the market, how it affects your portfolio in real time. Of course, the caveat is real market data being plugged in, and you should be good to go. Okay, analysis for your thesis. Yeah, it's right there. Fantastic. Again, we're launching this to beta. We're basically talking to the beta testers. They're letting us know what's accurate, what's not accurate, because this is a financial tool. The data has to be spot on. Information has to be accurate. We have no doubt in regards to Bud's reasoning capabilities, its architecture, where the roadmap looks like adding futures and options, prediction markets, forex and CFDs, crypto, because this reasoning engine can basically power any sort of quantitative analysis, as long as it has access to that data. And beyond that, because of its intelligence infrastructure, and again, it's just a model problem at the moment, as we're using Gemini 3 Flash. But besides that, once we upgrade this right here, we might be paying a little bit more in inference, but we can always, charge a markup, and then we'll be having things like computer use. How Perplexity works actually goes into your system and does work for you. Bud has that infrastructure. We're just flipping a model away, and we have that.